Looksmaxxing is everywhere right now. People are obsessing over jaw angles, facial symmetry, collarbones, posture tricks, and all kinds of hacks that promise dramatic changes. But before we go any further, one thing matters. I'm not sponsored by anyone for this video. I'm not selling a course, not selling a product, and not even selling a routine. At the end of this video, there's nothing for you to buy or download. The reason I'm telling you this because the industry is designed to keep you chasing small tweaks rather than making real progress, because that's how you keep coming back and spending your hard-earned money on the way. This video is about clarity, the 80-20 of looksmaxing, the few changes that actually shift how you look in real life, and everything else that quietly wastes your time. If you've ever felt like you were doing a lot but not seeing much change, this will explain why. If you've gone down the looksmaxxing rabbit hole, this probably feels very familiar. You see dozens of techniques on social media, each one sounds logical on its own, and each one promises a small improvement. You start stacking them, tweaking angles, analyze your photos, hyper-focus on one feature at a time, and yet when you look at yourself in 6 months' time, something feels off. You tried harder, but the return feels weak. Now, the frustration isn't because you're missing discipline, it's because you're optimizing the wrong layers. Most people are polishing details on top of a foundation that never changed. And until that foundation changes, nothing else really registers. And they'll keep you doing this because then you keep coming back for more. I have watched this trend closely. The mainstream advice, the extreme versions where they tell you to bone mash or take certain drugs, and the people who genuinely changed, and also the people who spiraled into obsession like Clavicular. What becomes obvious over time is this: the people actually improved at fewer things and not more. They all changed the same categories first. Once you see those, it becomes impossible to unsee where everything else feels like noise. I'll break them down one by one, but pay attention to how your perception shifts as we go. The first one is structural proportions. This is where almost everybody underestimates reality. Your body sets the structure that everything else sits on. The shoulders, torso, neck, and posture make up a large part of this. Two people with the same face can be perceived completely differently depending on those things. And here's the uncomfortable truth: most people chasing jaw definition actually need stronger posture and upper body structure. You've seen them scrolling, hyper-focusing on this and mewing, but then they aren't all that impressive apart from the thing they're focusing on, and that's not real attraction. Jaws do matter, but the eyes read proportion first. This alone explains why some people look better in bad photos than others do in perfect angles. Now hold that thought, I'll connect it later, but for now let's focus on the second one, and that is body fat. Body fat completely reveals what you look like under it. Your structural integrity and your structural proportions are built, but the body fat needs to be brought down in order to reveal it and also get those abs to show. Most girls don't need completely jacked men. There's a certain level of muscle mass where you build it through your progressively overloading and building a push-pull legs routine, for example, and you get past a certain threshold, and now the men in the gym start complimenting you. This is not the point you want to reach if you're looks maxing. The point you want to reach is where you look nice and defined, kinda somewhere near a Chris Evans Captain America physique, where he's holding the helicopter, or the famous scenes where Henry Cavill and Superman is taking the laundry. They blew up because they had certain proportions. They had a nice V taper, visible abs, wide set shoulders, big arms, and a good neck. That's all you need to gain the traction and to looks max your body. Once you've done that, the body fat makes it pop. Also, you look healthier and it brings out the facial structure. A bloated face isn't pleasant to look at. Fix the body fat, get it between 12 to 15% through dieting, and you'll be set. Now, the third category is the least exciting one, which is exactly why it works: skincare. Skincare changes how your face is perceived. A clear skin changes visual symmetry and also signals health subconsciously. And of course, it looks like you have actual hygiene. Now, signaling health subconsciously is a great factor to focus on because, from an evolutionary sense, the opposite gender wants to procreate with a man that signals that he's got good genetics and can produce good offspring. Clear skin is a clear marker of good health. So focus on this. You don't need a new feature. You actually need to stop fighting inflammation in the body by eating poor foods, unhealthy foods, sugars, inflammatory foods. Poor sleep, have a good sleep routine, fix your sleep hygiene, and inconsistent care. If you focus on these things, you'll get one of the fastest visual upgrades available. My face was riddled with acne. Now it's completely clear. That's not by accident. Most people skip this because it feels too basic. But basic isn't weak, basic is foundational. If you want the basics of skincare, use a cleanser in the morning and evening. Afterwards, use a moisturizer both evening and morning. And at morning, you're going to go about your day. So you need sunscreen to protect your skin from UV rays. They age your skin. I'm 29 years old. I barely got wrinkles because I take good care of my skin. People 5 years younger than me already have wrinkles, and it really degrades the way they look. You want to Looksmaxx for a long period of time and not just a sprint. Focus on these things. Now, the third category is hair and grooming. Look, hair certainly doesn't decorate your face like makeup does, but it does frame it. The right haircut strengthens your bone structure, while the wrong one completely hides it. This is why copying styles never works. You see that social media is riddled with these out of proportion broccoli haircuts. People look like a pineapple when they walk around. It's because that haircut they saw online worked for the guy they saw it on, but it doesn't work for them. Instead, get one that matches your head shape, facial width, and proportions. If you don't know how to look that up or get that done, go to a professional. I know you don't want to spend more than you do with your current barber, but go once to a professional one that's salon trained, get all the advice you need, the haircut you want, take his advice, take his knowledge, ask your questions, and then afterwards get that same haircut from your regular barber. You got the knowledge, you got the right cut, now maintain it. This is the way you get it done. The moment I started going to the barber for the right advice, this started giving me so many compliments because it changes so much for your face. Now, if you can grow a beard, the same thing goes. Really know what beard shapes your face the best. Don't grow a long beard out if you want long hair and already have a long head. I could never do that because my head is already long enough. These tweaks make big changes, while they're just small adjustments, as opposed to the industry letting you make small adjustments or big ones with little changes. Focus on the basics. The fourth one, it's an obvious one, is the teeth. You don't want yellow teeth. Whiten your teeth. It's not much hassle. You have no excuse. I'm not sponsored, but I use Crest. Like, they always worked for me, the Crest products. It's 45 minutes. Chuck them on there. You can just go about your day, take them off, do it for a week or two, and bam, you have white teeth. Then on top of that, fix a crooked smile. Get dentures, get it done. I know it sucks. You have to spend the money, but a smile is either a turn on or a turn off. It can draw people in or make them run away. All this Looksmaxxing, bone mashing, taking stuff, it won't work if your smile is crooked. Like, get a smile that you aren't afraid to show. Now, the sixth one is where the illusion breaks. The same body can look average or exceptional depending on fit. It's not fashion, it's not what they are telling you to buy, it's fit. Clothes amplify structure and they don't create it. Keep this in mind. Some people look better dressed casually than others do dressed up. And that's why most online looks advice fails in real life. Get the structure done, get it right, and then the clothing that fits you. If you don't know much about fashion, keep it simple. Wear black, white, tan colors. Don't go overboard and you'll look good. The seventh one is the category that most trends ignore because they can't sell you anything related to this, but it's posture and movement. How you move sets the first impression before anything else. You can't speak before people see you and see the way you walk and the way you carry yourself. Posture changes how confident, dominant, or relaxed you appear instantly. It also changes how every other person perceives you and how every other improvement reads. So this is the hidden multiplier. Make all these things that we've discussed work twice or 10 times as well by fixing this. It will amplify everything. And it also does explain something important that opposes the whole industry. It's why people who stop obsessing over angles suddenly look better everywhere. Here's the pattern that you may have noticed. Every high impact category affects how the whole system is perceived. It's not one isolated feature like they make you believe. It's the 80-20 of Looksmaxxing. You change the foundation and everything else upgrades instantly. You don't need to buy jack shit in order to improve. This is why extreme hacks feel tempting but under-deliver. They target details before structure because that's where they hit your pain point and make you think that that's going to change everything, when in reality that's just a 20%, and you can get the 80% from this video. Here's the part that people resist. Most training hacks are low return because they don't change perception holistically. Angles don't translate to real life. Micro adjustments do not override structure, and risky shortcuts don't replace fundamentals. They feel productive because they demand attention, not because they produce results. That distinction matters. So here's what I want you to do. Pick 2 categories from this list that you have neglected and let me know in the comments which ones those are. Only 2. Commit to improving them for the next 30 days and track progress objectively. Don't add hacks and don't stack techniques, just improve the foundation and you're golden. Let me know in the comments if you like this video, like it, subscribe, and I'll see you in the next one.